So I just renamed my channel to the painting one. This makes a lot of sense to me because nowadays I'm mostly making a drawing and then I talk about it, and it's some kind of precognition drawing. And I prefer to call it something else, like a butterfly effect, for example, or being a catalyst to a reaction. That's how I like to see it. Like this is what this is about. Um, oh, let's do like that. Yeah, so it's like a chemical reaction or something. Yeah, so it's a chemical reaction in reality. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. But yeah, I'll keep it like this. I told you guys, um, you have to ask me to stop painting like a large group, like not even a group. There has to be an awareness about this, and then I will empathize. And there's other things I could do, but I paint now. That's what I do. And it's very effective. I painted sleep, for example, and now we had a lot of things. We had sleep, we had in Texas, you know, the Texas flood, what happened. If you would like to see it as precognition, you could do that. But you know, I'm not so sure, to be honest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not really precognition. Perceiving the future, like knowing the future is impossible. It is. Like it's like physics. It's like the three-body problem, in physics. I don't know if you know about that. Um, in a chaotic system, you cannot know the future, but you can get ahead, and that's what I'm doing. I'm getting ahead of things and simply making a drawing. So we had this happening yesterday. News about this. The sleeping prince passed away. 20 years in coma. Okay? So this is major news. The truth is, my channel should have gone viral a long time ago in what I do. And this is not happening because there is this. It's almost like a cage around me. Okay, I would imagine that. Okay, there is some kind of cage here going on with censoring, a sort of censoring, isolation, censoring. Um, yeah. And what do I call these kind of people? Yeah, they are a part of this. Okay. But let's see. Um, yeah. So I'm heavily censored, but in a way, it doesn't matter because it's like, no, I'm not imprisoned. You are. If I can paint something, then, you know, you know what that means? It means that there is no safety, you know? Safety doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, it's scary, but you know, yeah, that's reality. It's reality. I can empathize with the fact that, or sympathize that this is scary, but it's still how it is. It's still the truth of this situation here. It is like this. And so my drawing of sleep, that I did some time ago, it it is me seeing a potentiality in the future, and that's all. I see something possible, and what I do is that I simply talk about it or paint it in this case, and then it will resonate. And what I do is that I know that it will resonate beforehand. You know, it's like synchronicity, but controlled, conscious synchronicity. I am consciously making synchronicity. And yeah, and it's very hard to do this. It's very, very hard to do this, what I'm doing. Of course, when you learn something, it is easy, right? Like if you are if you are a mathematic professor, or like a professor of theoretical physics, well, then that's easy. It's easy for you to do this kind of theoretical physics. Okay, it's so easy, and in a way, this is so easy for me. Okay, it is. But the path here is incredibly long and I guess rough. It's rough. It's rough to know this, that I know, like, or to get here where I am. It's most people would go insane from that. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. Okay? 100%. But what I do is that I look at the world news and I simply show the evidence. And that is respectable. It should be respected that I show evidence of the world news, and that's noteworthy. It is. And Sleeping Prince, that's a lot of feelings. It's uh, a lot of a lot of different feelings, and it's a big deal, This is a big world news, on the stage, on the world stage, So yeah, and as I mentioned, there were a lot of other news related to sleep. We had, thank you, damn fly flying in my ear. Um, we had the Texas flood, and where the warning system didn't work. The warning system for Texas didn't work, that part. So, or they didn't pay for it. Okay. Uh, um, yeah, and they couldn't afford it, right? Anyhow, and then the because of that, they slept. They were sleeping, and so they were flushed away during sleeping. You know, so there is a theme there. There's a, and as I said, or maybe I didn't say it this time, but the Senate The Senate was up all night working on the bill, what Trump called the big beautiful bill, and at the same time, you had Elon Musk talking about the the kill the kill bill. Elon Musk talking about kill bill. Then the kill bill actor passes away, more or less the same time as this 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 bill is passed, what Elon Musk calls Kill Bill. Kill Bill actor passes away. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with sleep, but it connects to the fact that the Senate was up all night working with this bill. The world news about it, okay, or U.S. news at least. I don't know. Anyhow, it's a theme. You had also a few days ago, Ukraine, no sleep in Kiev because the bombs were falling, and yeah, so some articles about that. No sleep in Kiev, and there are links to this also to be found in my videos, or I believe I posted it there. And now we had like this is so weird because it's so like how like it's so hard to imagine what's happening here. Like just think about the fact that okay, I paint something and then it happens, it's so hard to relate to that. It's so hard to think about that. There's nothing to compare it with. It is like a superpower, and yeah, these things. Um, Something like that. It is. And it's so weird that it's not going viral what I'm doing here, and it makes me think about censoring also, that maybe people are just here pretending that they are. There's like one commenter here, one commenter there, and that's not realistic. This is not realistic at all. This situation. It's almost like the world or people of knowledge of what I'm doing, knowledge and physical power, material power, like mm, related to money and physical hierarchy and violence and all of this, hurting others, this kind of hierarchy. Um, I believe that those maybe are yeah, most probably are censoring me. Yeah, how else can you keep this this kind of content hidden? How can you do that? And yes, it is hard on me, it is. I can admit that. I admit it to you. I am open. I'm not going to pretend that you're not doing anything. And you could say like, oh, why don't you upload on some other um, video service, or like TikTok, for example, or yeah. Yeah, that's possible, but I don't know. I like the fact that okay, I'm here at YouTube and where is it going? It could. I'm thinking that you can't silence me. And in a way, you can't silence me. That's literally what's happening here. What you see over here is a result in your failure in silencing me, you know. It doesn't work. Like, the only thing you can gain from it is my own feeling of being gaslighted. That's all basically that you can gain from this kind of censoring that you are doing, you know. You are doing this because this kind of news has been going on for a long time, you know, that I'm involved in these things. I've been that for a long time, you know. Um, and that's that. Me saying that I'm involved, that would literally be insane unless I wouldn't have painted it, unless I wouldn't have the evidence, you know. Yes, it would be insane to say something like that. Yes, and that's why um, I'm so cautious about having evidence and talking about evidence and these things. Um, yeah. So, um, and if I'm not censored, you know, but I don't know, you know, like I am definitely censored to begin with, but I'm thinking to what degree? To what degree? You know, because this should spread, you know, what I'm doing, it's literally um it's like time travel. It's like I'm kind of walking on water here, you know. I'm kind of walking on water, and somehow, just because it's scary, just because it makes the world less safe. It makes the world um, suddenly the ground that you're standing on is less solid, you know. Because when you walk on the ground, you expect it to be solid, right? And it's like, yeah, so I'm like, what I'm doing here is literally like walking on water. It is. But it creates the feeling of the ground being less solid for others, you know. You get it? And that's why that could be why it could be just this giant psychological opposition of a form of cognitive dissonance, you know. It's like this is just cognitive dissonance, so let's forget, let's just make it really unpleasant for me, right? Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, I've been walking on water for a really long time. That's what's happening. And who knows? Maybe I will learn something more, you know. That wouldn't surprise me, at least. Who did I learn from, you know? Who taught me this? Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening to. That's literally what perception is, you know. I'm being perceptive, being awake, you know. It's what I'm doing. That's the key here to what I'm doing. Being perceptive. That's it. Seeing, noticing these kind of things, you know, noticing and not being not being, how do you say, I'm not going to pretend that this is not the case, that this is what I'm living in. Like, the kind of people that surrounds me here on this planet is this, that you see down here. That's basically what it is. And yeah, because of the fact that, yeah. And I've been thinking maybe I should talk to. I haven't really talked about my things to to people in real life. I talked to some of them, um, like off the internet. Do I talk about these things? No, I don't. I keep everything. Um, I keep everything without talking, because it's um, it's too it so easily leads to labels, labeling. It's not okay to label a single person, like I cannot tell a single person like you are uh, uh, this. I cannot do that like you are that. No, I can't do that. But what I can say is that the phenomena of what's happening here is this. This is what's happening, okay? This I know. I know it for a fact. So, yeah. Okay. I'm really happy that I have evidence that it would have been really bad otherwise, I wouldn't have had evidence. But I do. I am right. What I do is real. It's a real phenomena. And I'm probably, I think I'm the only one that can do these things. I believe so. Yeah. I think so, okay. Until I see evidence for other people, I do create evidence. And if this would have been a wider phenomena, it would have spread. There wouldn't have been like censoring wouldn't have worked, But now, um, censoring could theoretically work, it could work. Still, the world is affected by what I do here. It is. So in a way, maybe you cage me, but I cage you, and your ground is less solid. It is. And yeah. And I have the philosophy that you could think that forgiveness, okay, let's talk about forgiveness. But forgiveness requires two people. It requires the full understanding of the sin and the full, awareness of like wanting to correct. But that doesn't exist. Also, when it is at the stage of, as I mentioned earlier, uh, people like to strategize, have so many strategies to do things. Okay, so imagine a list of strategies, and at the bottom of that list, people most often place um, ask for forgiveness. You know, that's at the bottom of all strategies. Admit guilt. But I am a proponent of um, an apology at the bottom of the list of strategies is worthless. It has no value. It is, yeah, it has no value. So, in reality, um, apologies and forgiveness should be quite rare. It should be quite rare because of the fact that people use it at the end. They use it at the bottom of the list of strategies because of the fact that you're dealing with this, okay? Or I'm dealing with this. This is the world, okay? And if I'm not censored here, this is really the world, okay? It's really how it is. And you could pray that, that's how people pray for bad things. It's a bit different what I do because I paint something from I'm quite neutral, okay? For example, sleep. The sleep that I painted was very neutral, okay? It's very neutral. Sure, it's a fine line, these things. It's a fine line. And I should be careful how I do this. I should. Um, Anyhow, I'm still able to do this, and I don't think I will be less able to do this. No, definitely not. So, yeah. So, okay, my channel is now the painting one because of the fact that this is the most effective way to communicate in what I'm doing. I paint something, it is precognitive, you could say, like think future, and then, and this, yeah, and then, you know, and I discuss the news and so on. Anyhow, guys, I think I would like to end this video now. See you another time.